Imagine this. It's a quiet Sunday evening, and you're sitting in your car, parked outside your wife's church. She had told you she'd be at the evening service, so you thought you'd surprise her with her favorite coffee. The kind of thoughtful gesture that makes a good marriage even better. But when you look at the empty parking lot, something feels off. Her car isn't there. The church is completely dark. And then, you text, "I'm outside waiting for you," and what she sends back freezes you to the core. You see those three dots appear on your screen, then disappear, then appear again. What would you do if everything you thought you knew about your marriage fell apart with one single text message? Before we dive into what happened next, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon. Trust me, you won't want to miss what I'm about to tell you. My name is Mike, and this is the story of how a single text message shattered my 15-year marriage. Sarah and I, on the surface, had it all: a perfect life, 2 kids, a house, and a relationship that everyone envied. Sarah was deeply religious and never missed church on Sundays. It was part of our routine. She'd take the kids to the morning service, and in the evening, she'd go back alone for a quiet reflection time. I wasn't particularly religious, so those quiet Sunday evenings were my chance to catch up on work or household projects. It worked for us, an unspoken understanding, a balance. But on one particular Sunday, everything changed. I finished my work early, and instead of staying home, I thought I'd surprise Sarah with a caramel macchiato from the coffee shop near her church. I grabbed my keys, drove there, and pulled into the parking lot at exactly 7:30, the time Sarah's service should have ended. The lot was eerily empty. At first, I thought maybe the service ran late or they were meeting somewhere else. But when I walked up to the church entrance, it was locked, and inside, the darkness felt off. I called the church office. The voicemail said that services end at 7:15. That's when I sent the text, "Hey honey, I'm out here waiting for you with your favorite coffee." Her reply came instantly, "Out where?" I stayed at my phone, puzzled. I typed again, "The church parking lot." "Where else?" Then came those 3 dots, appearing, disappearing, appearing again. When Sarah finally responded, I almost couldn't read it. "Oh no, I'm so sorry. Service ran really late tonight. I'm just now leaving. Give me 20 minutes. But I had just called the office, and they confirmed the service had ended 45 minutes ago. I sat there, the coffee growing cold in my hands, as the reality of the situation started sinking in. Over the next 2 weeks, I became a detective in my own marriage. I started noticing things I'd never questioned before. Sarah's Sunday night absences weren't a recent thing. They'd been going on for 8 months. The following Sunday, I drove by the church again. Empty. No sign of her. And then, I started noticing other things. Changes in her behavior, the way she dressed for these Sunday evenings, the new perfume, the extra makeup. When she came home, she seemed different, more energized. The breaking point came when I decided to follow her. I told Sarah I was going to my brother's to watch the game, but instead, I parked a few blocks away from our house and waited. At 6:30, Sarah left the house, dressed up, carrying a small overnight bag. I followed her. She didn't drive toward the church. She drove straight to the Riverside Hotel downtown. I parked in the hotel lot, heart pounding, and watched for 2 hours as cars came and went. Finally, at 8:45, Sarah came out of the hotel, except she wasn't alone. She was walking beside Mark Stevens, our neighbor's brother. I recognized him immediately. He'd been to our barbecues. He'd shaken my hand. And now, I was watching him hold my wife in a way that wasn't friendly. Their embrace was intimate, deep, affectionate. The kind of hug that said they'd been hiding something for a long time. At 9:30, Sarah arrived home. She found me sitting in the living room, my jacket still on. "How was church?" I asked, my voice steady but my heart shattered. "Beautiful service," she replied, avoiding my eyes. "Pastor Williams spoke about forgiveness." "Interesting topic," I said. "What's forgiveness worth when it's built on lies?" Sarah froze, purse still in hand. What do you mean? I pulled out my phone and showed her the photo of her and Mark, locked in a hug, under the streetlights of the hotel parking lot. The silence between us was deafening. What happened next caught me off guard. Sarah didn't deny it. She didn't make excuses. Instead, she sat down, her tears spilling as she confessed. It started as friendship, she said. Mark was going through a rough divorce, and she was just being a friend. But over time, it became more. And now, it was too late to undo what had happened. I wanted to scream, to rage, but instead, I just felt empty. Sarah admitted she'd fallen in love with Mark. She hadn't planned on it, but it had happened, and she couldn't bring herself to tell me, to hurt me. She hadn't wanted to destroy our family. Were you ever going to tell me? I asked. I don't know, she sobbed. I honestly don't know. There was no grand Hollywood ending to this story. Sarah and I tried counseling, but the damage was too deep. We both realized that the betrayal wasn't just about the affair. It was about years of emotional neglect. The marriage had been fading, and neither of us had seen it. We divorced quietly the following spring. She moved away with Mark, and I got the kids during the week. We learned to co-parent, though it was never easy. Here's what I learned. Sometimes, the truth finds you when you're not even looking for it. Sometimes, the lies we tell ourselves are worse than the lies others tell us. And sometimes, the hardest betrayals are the ones that show us the truths we've been avoiding for years. I never remarried, but I learned to be honest with myself about what I want. I learned that love, without truth, isn't love at all, and that marriage needs more than just routines. It needs presence, attention, and the courage to face the cracks before they shatter. One text, one empty parking lot, one simple decision to pay attention. It changed my life forever. What would you have done in my position? Let me know in the comments. And if this story touched you, don't forget to subscribe for more stories about human nature, relationships, and the moments that change everything. And remember, sometimes the quietest moments in life hold the loudest truths.